It was a good day of work. It's good to be in the stadium, and what a great crowd. We appreciate the fans turning out like this, and hopefully they're enjoying this segment of the show. But good to get out here and get some work done. It's been a productive 11 practices. We still have an awful lot of work to do, but at least we're out here, and I think the guys have worked hard. One thing I am pleased about, they've handled the heat pretty well, and it's been significant. So that's a positive. But we're working and moving forward.
Tough for the offensive line when you got a defensive line that's that good to go up against.
Yeah, it's tough for him, but it's good for him. It's I think really helping us improve, maybe at a more rapid rate than you'd have normally, and that's all good. So we're making strides, but we're not there yet.
Could you confirm Brandon's status and when or if he might come back?
Yeah, he left camp on Sunday and practiced whatever that would be Friday and Monday. And I think right now he just needs some time to sort some things out, and that's that happens in life to all of us, and probably just needs a little time away right now. Hopefully he'll choose to return to the team. We'd love to have him back certainly, and I just hope that's the path it takes.
Is that open-ended then?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's I respect his feelings right now. I think he's just trying to sort some things out and decide what he wants to do. But we're hopeful and cautiously optimistic he'll be back. I just can't imagine him not wanting to come back. But that's it's entirely in his court right now.
Do you have a deadline in mind for this?
Not at all. No, I think just that's whatever he needs.
Have you talked to him?
I have. Yeah, I talked to him several days ago and had a good conversation. And I guess all I could say is that we all have periods in our lives where you reflect a little bit and think about things and that type of thing. So I think that's probably pretty much where he's at right now. I think he's just sorting through some things, and we're certainly hopeful that he chooses to come back. It's going to be his decision either way.
How has his teammates responded to it? What have you guys talked about? And obviously it's full steam ahead.
Yeah, we haven't talked in great detail, but I think I can tell you this, Brandon's very popular with all the guys on the team. I think we all feel the same way. We want him back on the team. We're a better football team with him, but more importantly, I think hopefully, he comes to the conclusion that he really enjoys us. Everybody's seen him play. I think, the guy competes his tail off. He's awfully good. But, there's a lot of things going on with all of us. So, I think he's just got to come to his own conclusion, and we're just hopeful he rejoins us. But I think I speak for everybody involved.
Is a red shirt a possibility, Coach? I mean, if it gets farther
along, we'll cross that bridge if we get to it. But, right now, we'll just take it day by day and just see what happens.
Has he remained on campus, or is he back home in Sioux City?
I think he's done a little bit of each. I think he was intending on going home at some point, but I think his intentions are to stay in school, and that's the first thing I would encourage him to do, certainly. And, there's no need to rush right now. I think he just, most important thing is how he's feeling about things. And whatever he chooses, we're going to support him.
Any closer to finding a kicker than you were at the start of camp?
We're probably about where we were last time I met with you on this field, which was last April. We're capable, but we're not consistent, and that's kind of the story right now.
Talk about Mike Meyer. This is kind of the first time we got a chance to see him today.
Yeah, Mike's a guy that we're thrilled chose to join us, and we were very excited about that last winter when he made that decision. We think he's got really good potential. He's been very impressive. We've, again, only had 11 practices, but we're really impressed with him, and I think he might make the competition even that much more interesting.
I thought your corners looked pretty good today. Can you talk about their progression?
They're doing well, and Prater pulled out. He's had a little bit of a leg pull, that he's dealing with, and he's been practicing pretty well. But we're going to be smart with him. He pulled up a little bit there right at the beginning of practice, so it's giving the other guys a good chance to compete. And I think Mike has done a nice job. I think Greg Castile's done a nice job, and Jordan Bernstein's done a better job than he did last spring. So I think he's right there in the mix too, and that'd be a great thing. That competition's really good. And Willie Lowe's another guy that's been working hard, and so minus Shaun, it still gives us 4 guys that are competing well, and happy about that.
Where's the battle at center sit right now?
About even. We really haven't had any in-depth personnel conversations as a staff. We're going to do that tomorrow after we look at this tape, and just for the pure reason I always like to resist the temptation of, especially the first-year guys, let's not make a judgment after one day, which is everybody's dying to do. And then just overall, I think 11 days, gives you a little better opportunity to judge everybody, and then moving forward here, this next week's going to be a big week too. But I think it's. our feeling right now, just with the offensive line, the first 6 guys right now are kind of on one line, and then I think we've got a drop down to the next line, and it's just we really need to, the first group's got to improve, but that second group's got to come along too. We're not there yet with them.
Can you talk a little bit about running back depth behind your top 2 with Brandon not here?
Well, yeah, I mean it's pretty obvious right now. We got the first 2 guys, and then we've got Pocky. Then after that, it's wide open, and unfortunately, Marcus Coker had a shoulder injury, fairly early into camp. I think it was Sunday or Monday, whatever day it was. It was, we weren't too far along the road. So that's unfortunate because, he might have had an opportunity, he and DeAndre's working hard. And, I guess the good news is that both, Jewel and Adam are both really practicing very well. And, Jewel looks like a guy that had a year away. He's really going full speed and really has been very, very impressive.
What kind of timetable is it for Coker's return?
I think we're looking at probably, probably from this point, what I've been told, maybe a week to 2 weeks, which is good. We were fearful it might be more than that.
Is Rodgers strictly a fullback now?
I'm sorry?
Rodgers?
Yeah, mainly, but if we have to, he might be a guy who could do both, but we've worked him more at fullback and happy with his progress. Injury-wise, that's been a positive too, and I hate to talk about that too much, but it seems like we had, what am I missing? Well, Coker is probably the biggest one.
CJ
Then everything today was pretty minor. I mean, it's not bumps and bruises, contusions, that type of thing, so I consider contusions minor, part of the game.
What about kick and punt returners right now? Where does that look?
We really haven't had any conversation. We'll start thinking about that a little bit more. But the good news is I think we got a pool of guys to draw upon, and certainly if we can stay healthy, that will help give us some depth. If our problems recently have been, guys getting injured, or we get thin at a position, so you're reluctant to use people, and so far so good. So far.
Would you consider Keenan back there?
Was that bad grammar? Yeah, he's a candidate. He's a candidate for sure.
What about his progression? I mean, size-wise, he's a big receiver.
He's really taken a step, and that's good. And that's part of. I'm not saying it's an A.J. Eads story, but it's a little bit like that. He played last year. Not a lot of reps, during the course of the season, but I think that year really helped him. He's really done a nice job. I think this out of season, he came back a lot more, just more mature and confident in his actions, and he's had a good camp. And I should hold my breath, but our receivers have really looked pretty good during camp. I don't think I've ever said that in 11 years. As a group, I mean, we've had guys really performing well, but as a group right now, it might be the most positive thing that I've seen. Let's see what they do this week, and Darrell's really done a nice job. How's that? When's the last time I said that?
I'll tweet that.
Was 12 years ago.
I speak the truth. He's really had a good week. He's working hard and really looks like a fifth-year senior. Like you hope a fifth-year senior would look.
Special teams, where does that stand?
Oh, I think we have a chance to be good, but we still have some protection issues. Protected on PAT field goal, and our kicking has not been consistent. Still is not consistent, so that's a little bit of a concern.
About personnel on those suicide units, probably the film of this game will tell some of that.
Yeah, I think we have the potential to have some real good coverage teams, and so we're happy about that. But part of that is staying healthy too. But I think we have some good candidates right now, and guys are eager. So, and we're going to need to be good on special teams. So I'd like to see us kick a little bit more consistently. Somebody didn't have a good day. No, that is okay. Our son thought so.
11 days in, are you liking the chemistry of these guys?
They're working hard. And part of the telltale sign, injuries is part of it. I think we've been most of our injuries are more younger player oriented, which is, those guys are trying to catch up a little bit and get the tempo, and then just the way they've handled the heat. I mean, it's been warm. I'm not keeping track every day. That cold front that was coming in last night didn't last long. It did seem like it was pretty nice. I walked outside the building like around 8 o'clock, and it wasn't bad. Or 7 o'clock, whenever that was. But it was warm this morning, so the guys have handled the heat well, and that's a good indicator.
You obviously have a veteran team, and you know what you have in those guys, but what would it do for you if you could find some younger guys to take the next step?
Well, we need to, because I was just thinking about out here on the field. We do have some veterans that are good players. We know that, and we expect them to be ready to go. Boy, you just think about the guys that we've lost. It sounds like Anger's really doing well. AJ unfortunately had a knee injury. It's going to keep him out this year. But Tony Moyaki, Spivey, Balaga. I mean, there's 5 guys that are pretty good pros. I think they're going to be good pros. So to take those 5 guys, just for those 5 guys alone out of our lineup from last year, that tells you we've got a lot of work to do. And part of that's the older guys, stepping up even another notch from where they are at in January, and then the other factor is, we need some young guys stepping in there and doing a good job. So that's a key. And I think tight end, for instance, Alan Reisner's, we got great confidence in him, and we have had for a while. But Brad Harmon's starting to make some progress there. He looks better during this past 11 practices than he has at any point in his career. So those are the things we need to have happen. We need those kind of guys. I'll tell you another guy that's really had a very, probably if I picked one player this last 11 days, it's been Adam Geddes. Adam's really looked very, very good. He's really concentrating, been very consistent, and he's flashed at times, but now he looks like a consistent guy that's really ready to jump in there and play at a high level. So those are the stories we need right now.
When guys are in their 3rd year to 4th year of the program, they get to that stage, is that the biggest jump you see is consistency?
Yeah, you hope so. Yeah, and for Adam as an example, I mean, he's been catching up. He came in here about 230, 225, wherever he was, but so he's been working hard physically to get to a level where he can play, and he'll be one of the smallest guards in the league, I would imagine. But I think he'll be one of the better ones too, because now he's just practicing start to finish with a good focus. And I can't say that about him a year ago. At times he was pretty good, and other times he'd drift a little bit. So I think that is something I hope you see the maturity develop with a player, and he's certainly a good example of a guy who's doing that.
Which I know you addressed this earlier, but some of us were in the back and couldn't hear you. Can you just address the Wegher situation?